Greetings, Ras Infanit checking down with y'all one time. Pretty much, behold, that was a elder said to me, do not worry or do not weep, for the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed, and he is able to open the scroll in its seven seal. That Revelation 5:5. When we get into the seven seal, that pretty much equate to the seven covenant. Covenant one, that hold a matrimony between man and woman, like the Adam and Eve. Covenant two is the rainbow covenant given to Noah after the great flood. Pretty much that's symbolized by the color there, green, gold, and red. You can see that in the flag. You know what I'm saying? Ethiopia could pretty much when we get into that rainbow is imperial majesty. When we understand that, but covenant three is the bread and wine offering of Melchizedek. Pretty much he was the high priest during the time of Abraham, and Abraham pretty much gave him 10% of everything. So you know what I'm saying? That was major. That was God high priest, although he wasn't from the tribe of Levi, the priesthood tribe out of the 12 tribes of Israel. But we get into covenant. We're gonna covenant four is the circumcision of Abraham, also meaning to circumscribe your heart. Then we get into covenant five. By the covenant five is the Ark of Moses, the Ark of Covenant, which is in Ethiopia right now. Ask them Ethiopia to be exact. Pretty much in the kingdom of Nagash, you get an outline of how the Ark of Covenant will move from Jerusalem to Ethiopia by lineage of Menelik. Pretty much the son of the Queen Sheba, Makeda, Ethiopia, and you know what I'm saying, King Solomon. But covenant six is by the throne of David, that promise that David was given to by the Lord. That Lord, the ruler of the tribe will come from that line. In covenant seven, the last one is the, you know what I'm saying, whole land crucified by the, you know what I'm saying, Jesus Christ or Yeshua Christ, pretty much that comforter, that gift of the comforter, that Holy Ghost. And when we get into, like when we connect in that scripture in Hebrews, also it's in Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying, no longer in the new covenant, when we have to inquire on the outside for about who God is, for we will know him on the inward parts of our hearts, our inward mind, like we all will know who God is to us as a people, you know what I'm saying? We live in that time, but reason, you know what I'm saying? But for me, like reading those seven covenants and putting them adjacent with the seven seal, like in covenant three, I know y'all know that Revelation scripture, it was like, behold, it was black horse, and he that rode on had a pair of balance in his hand. It was like, see thou, heard thou, you know what I'm saying? One measure of wheat for a barley, another measure of wheat for a grain. Then it was like, please don't hurt the oil and wine, but when you mix that recipe up, like you get, you know what I'm saying, bread and wine. It was just breaking down the bread and wine offering of Melchizedek, which is also, you know what I'm saying, in covenant three. But when we looking at why getting back into our root, you know what I'm saying, Kush, you know what I'm saying, ancient royalty and our lineage, where we coming back from, but apply that to the day, like united we'll stand, you know what I'm saying, divided we all gonna fall every time, but you know what I'm saying, time people to wake up, I mean, wake up into that divine heritage and understand who we are as a people. I mean, understand the power in that melanin, understand the power in that blackness. I mean, but you know what I'm saying, I stay blessed, stay woke, you know what I'm saying, stay focused. I mean, we got Trump for 4 years, but I mean, we still gonna keep it trying down Babylon. I mean, in the Rastafari journey. Bless.